It's clear that you all have a great track record working together, and now you've come together on this book, and you've titled it Selling Buildings, which is a bold name. How did you come up with that name? And what do you feel like the difference is between selling a building versus just listing a building?
My favorite part of the book was going back and remembering those key inflection points that happened where you were all met with forks in the road. And our destiny is determined based upon whether we go left or we go right. And there were several very key inflection points in my career that I talk about. I feel like I've been the beneficiary of a lot of luck. And I believe that the harder you work, the luckier you get, but definitely luck has played a role. But we take a deep dive into those inflection points, what the considerations were, what the potential positives and negatives of the decision tree was, what we chose, why we chose it, how it worked out, and then layering deal stories on. And the deal stories are cool because as the journey, it seems like I've been doing this 5 minutes, but it's actually I'm in year 41 now. And the deals sometimes are very reflective of what was going on in the environment at the time. What was the economy like? What was the circumstances like? Were things going up? Were they going down? And so the deal stories take you on a ride through those ups and downs in the market, the turbulent times, the times when the market was really roaring and everything was great, and the times where, we were scratching and clawing and doing everything we could to keep the lights on. And it was a great stroll down memory lane to think about all these different inflection points and deal stories. And the cool thing is that we looked at each of these different time periods, different decisions that were made, broke them down, analyzed them, figured out what really were the key aspects of the decision-making process at that time, looked at the deals that were being done at the time and why they were getting done, how they were getting done, and then Rod layers on his perspective on both the decisions that were made. Were they good? Were they bad? Could they have been different? What were the considerations? And then looking at the deals, deriving takeaways for brokers, takeaways for investors. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff in the book that folks really can benefit from by taking this journey with us and seeing how we both looked at it from a different perspective. One perspective being I was the broker in the trenches doing this stuff, and then Rod's perspective as a coach who has seen thousands of folks go through all of these things and what his perspective was from his vantage point. And clearly, from the time we've been working together, he had an insider's seat at the table. So I think his perspective, particularly in the post 2011 section of the book, is really insightful because he's been right there, right next to me each step of the way through a lot of very turbulent times and a lot of very positive times. And so I think it's really interesting. It was interesting for me to read Rod's perspective on what he was seeing happen at the time he was seeing it.